god. Oh man. Let me know if my levels are okay, guys. I got my mic kind of. I got my new mic replacement. I'm sort of. I placed it back a little further. Actually, hold on. Brace for some weird noises. Let me know if that's a little better. Testing. Testing. For those of you who didn't know, I was in Japan for a week and a half. Just got back yesterday to JFK in New York Airport. Now I'm back here. Boom. Let's jump right into this shit. What's going on, Ben, Will Johnson, E-Man Collins, Troy, Jamtastic? It's good to see you all digitally. I don't know if I showed you guys this yet, but hopefully you can guess who these two characters are. This is from the Hip Hop RPG, the intro sequence. I think I have... How many more scenes do I have? Basically what I have left in for the RPG is I gotta finish the title sequence. I have like maybe 2 more frames to finish for that. I gotta design the user interface. Maybe a menu screen. I have one battle, a short battle to animate. I have to make the sprite. One outro, one long outro clip, and then one epilogue clip. And that should be it. Also, I have to sync up the music. So all of this shit, it's like each of these squares is probably gonna take me an hour or 2 to finish. So that's I think the project should be done maybe in 2 or 3 weeks. If I really bust ass and shirk my social responsibilities. E-Man Collins, yeah, Japan was awesome. It was amazing. It took a lot of... It sort of helped me work through a lot of things I've been thinking about as far as my job and this channel, all this shit, where I'm headed. Will Johnson asks, my first question is about Japan. Did you get a hand job by a Japanese girl at a massage parlor? Thousands. Just all day. Just... No, I didn't. It's awfully specific. Will Johnson. I noticed the color's kind of messed up on this. Let's see if I can... If I oversaturate this, maybe it'll look more like what it really... Whoops. Alright, maybe that'll help. Peace, guys. Asks, are Japanese pussies actually sideways? Yes. Yeah, they are. What does that even mean? Like, what... Does it mean, like... It would be like, if the girl is standing up this way... It's like, how the what does that mean? It's like, is the entrance over here? Or is it pointing this way? What the fuck does that mean? Such a dumb rumor. And it's true. It's true. Jamtastic asks, were you taller than everyone? If so, how often did someone bump into your penis? I forcibly rubbed my penis against everyone. Old men. Old ladies. Was I taller than everyone? I would say that I was maybe... To put this into perspective, it just felt like the average height was like 2 or 3 inches shorter. Like, I could notice that. The big difference I noticed was like weight, like just size-wise, like like a lot more skinny people. It was really rare to see like a fat person. They really stood out. So I guess I stood out. Then Colin says, I know this is a generic question, but what was the coolest thing about Japan? Can be tangible or intangible. The coolest thing was, I think, just how nice and respectful everything was, at least on the surface. It's like you go in the 7-Eleven, when you go to any place of business, you're welcomed, and it's like everyone, like people are smiling constantly at you. Like you go to McDonald's and it's like people are from the, like you see in the commercials. Oh shit, I won't be able to. Yeah, it's just like from a commercial where you see people smiling and shit. I never thought that stuff was real, but it is. One thing I thought was kind of strange is like you don't get much eye contact on the street. Even being like a large black guy walking around, I thought people would be staring, but they didn't. Like you might get like half a second of eye contact, but like people tend to like keep to their zones pretty strongly over there. What was the coolest thing? Yeah, I would say that the people's demeanor in general of like any sort of customer service that was probably the coolest thing. Just being in some place that is a lot older than my country, and a place with so much history, and that's so inherently different from where I come from. That was pretty interesting. People didn't speak English out there as much as I thought they would, so I had to use a lot of my the Japanese that I learned in high school. I got by pretty well. One thing I wish I bought a dictionary. I forgot a lot of vocabulary words. Did you guys watch the season finale of True Detective? Whoops. You guys can't really see this. Ben, what do you mean by customer service ain't an option over there? What do you mean that the fact that you're going to be served perfectly? Peace Guys asks, did you notice that there weren't a lot of couples? I've seen a documentary about how most people are single. I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. I don't think I was paying enough attention to that. I think it was the same amount. I saw a distinct lack of PDA. I guess I noticed that. Which I don't mind because I'm notorious for not. I don't like seeing PDA. I don't care who it is. Makes me uncomfortable. I don't like doing it. I'm a weirdo though, so I mean, I don't know. Besides PDA, I wonder if there was anything else that I didn't see. Didn't see a lot of pregnant women. That was another thing. I didn't see a lot of pregnant women, and I didn't see a lot of not a lot of really young kids, like nursing children, and I didn't see a lot of dogs. I saw like, and if I did see a dog, they were very small and very old. Jamtastic says, say something in Japanese. Koko wa ikura desu ka? That's how you would ask, like, how much is this? You would end up asking that a lot. Just point at someone's crotch. How much is this? Will Johnson says, was the language barrier hard to get past? Not really, because like I said, I took 4 years in Japanese, and I was pretty serious about it. And I can read the basic language. I could do a decent job of like asking where someone was, or like how much something was, ask for directions, and understand how people what people were telling me. Sometimes it would get difficult if they didn't give me a simple response. Like if they gave me a sort of long drawn out response, I'd sort of check out. I wouldn't be able to understand them. But yeah, I did okay. Like we got lost a few times, but I was able to go to a local establishment and ask for help and get help, which was another weird thing. Like there were times when like people would. There were so many times when we would ask for help and people and you knew that like if it had been in the U.S., people would just told you to fuck off, or like, or just would have gave you like a really generic answer, like, oh, I don't know, check your phone. Was really really safe over there. Even when you're walking around at night and you see like yakuza standing around and shit, like they don't do anything. They just chill around and smoke cigarettes. I saw them pestering locals, but even locals would just say like no whatever, and then yeah. What's going on, Israel Lopez? I heard a rumor for about Denzel Washington for season 2 of True Detective. Ben says, when I went to Japan, I noticed that a lot of Japanese only knew a few English words. Definitely couldn't string them together. Yeah, I agree. Which is weird because everything is in Romaji everything is in like English words. I mean, not everything, but a lot of things are in English. Like you'd walk around and it's not all hiragana or katakana. So you would think that they'd be able to speak it more, but I don't know. Nobody spoiled True Detective for Will Johnson. I think it was a good finale. I think the interaction between Rust and Martin was probably the highlight for me. You know what? I'm gonna text this girl right now. I'm texting a girl. God, my back hurts. It hoits. Hoits so bad. The flight over there was 14 fucking hours. Israel, one of my first screen names was Samurai Domo, way back. Oh, I see what you mean. Being a friendly and is in the job description if you work over there. I stayed in fuck, we were in Shibuya. We were at I think it was called Shibuya XL Hotel Tokyo. I was in the Sakura Hotel in Ikebukuro, and then in Shinjuku I was in fuck, I forget the name of the hotel. It was a traditional hotel. Like, we slept on tatami mats. Hello, ma'am. How much is that titty there? Fetching our Edison's asks, how many harems did you get involved in? 78. 78 harems. Let me get back into this animation shit. I just get worried that you guys are expecting, like, to see drawings while I'm talking, but it's really hard to talk and draw. Ben said, I noticed that a lot of people don't want to speak Japanese with me. Didn't. They'd rather use their own more broken English. I found the opposite. Will Johnson says, how ugly is D-Respect in real life? He is fucking hideous. He is. I was vomiting constantly while talking to him. What's going on, Paranoid Mage? Wow, we just had 18 folks in here. Is that a record? I don't know. Did you guys guess who these characters are, by the way? So much fucking work to do on this thing. Ugh. Fetching our Edison says the YouTube delay is worse than usual. Daniel Creator, yes, I am the guy that does the podcast with D-Respect. You don't even know who I am? Fuck you, son. Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm kidding. Welcome. Iman asks, what did I think about the architecture in Japan? The cities I were in were pretty westernized. A lot of very, like, closed-in, tight buildings. Living space seemed to be kind of squeezed in. Everyone lives in such a, like I said, tight environment. There aren't many parks. I saw a lot of soccer fields that they put on top of buildings with a bunch of nets around them. But when you get out into the country, like on your way to the airport, or like that shit is like authentic, like this stuff you see from movies. That was pretty cool. I don't know much about architecture though. I can't really talk much about that. Fetching our Edison's is a poivoit. this is gonna be tough to draw. Tough to draw. Yeah, Jam, you're right. It is Kanye and Kim. You guys got it. All right. Dorito Face, Kanye, and that Mosley's girl from Neo Declassified. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Peace Guys asks, have you listened to the Double D's with the replacement D's? I listened to like 30% of the Mean Mugga one and some of the Misrespect one. They did a really good job so far. Better than me, so I'm jealous. Well, I was in Tokyo the whole time, but I was in like different districts of it. Um, I'm trying to find a map for you. Yeah, I'm looking at a map now. I was in Shinjuku, Shibuya, Harajuku, Ikebukuro, and I think that was it. Yeah, that might have been it. A lot of walking. I watched the recent episode of The Walking Dead. It was pretty intense. Israel asks, is that a girl or Mike Tyson? What do you mean? How is she Mike Tyson? I don't get it. I don't get it. Dr. Telescope, what's going on? Was I in Akihabara? I was there. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, man. The electronics and video game place. Yeah. I gotta design Zombie Kim now. She got that ass. I got to look sorry. All right, I think I'm gonna need two more frames of her. I'm gonna need. Second frame is gonna be her, sort of. Second frame is gonna be her sort of seizing up, about to be turned into some shit, like really scared. It's a really ugly drawing of her. And the third will be her just transforming into that and floating up into the air. And then fourth phase will be me just pointing to her vagina and then making the arrow go the other way. Who's this Vince Staples fella I've been hearing about? Worship Troy, I ain't answering shit. Yeah, your question didn't come up. What is Super Potato? Oh shit. That SNES Chrono Trigger card, man. Will Johnson asks, what is the biggest difference between Japan's culture and our culture? That is a huge question, man. I think, who is Milo? Send me information on this guy. I'm always looking for leads. I would say the greatest difference between our cultures is the amount of, I would say it has to do with the amount of history, because it sort of leads to my second point. I mean, we have a very young country, although it's based on, and I guess it's based on the British as well. But I mean, I think the biggest difference is that it seems like their culture is much more family oriented than ours. It's like, I gotta turn down this rap a little bit. Yeah, it seems like they're a lot more family and group oriented. It's like they seem to care a lot more about what their family thinks, or what other people think, what other people in their group. And I think that we're taught in our Western society to care more about the individual. Sort of Ben, I don't know if you agree or disagree with this one, but it's sort of like the difference between someone saying, oh yeah, my dad doesn't approve of this thing. If someone said that to you in the U.S., I feel like the automatic answer is fuck him, but do whatever you want. Your family doesn't matter that much. It's your happiness matters more. So if you want to do something and they don't agree with it, if 98% of your family doesn't agree with it, it doesn't matter. You keep on doing your thing. And I think it would be the opposite over there, maybe, where they care a lot more about how their family will perceive them. So, and that's sort of I think that sort of that sort of describes a lot of how their culture is has been formed. Maybe it's when they often call people by their last names, and that's a big example of it. I don't know if that's a good answer. Yeah, I have seen the video with the dude bent over with the yoga pants, and people who do just stare at his ass, he would turn around and yell at him, "Hey, you looking at my ass, bro?" It was pretty funny because the dudes who got caught were so like, uh, yeah, dude, they're so angry about, "Oh, I ain't gay, bro. I ain't gay." Like the proper answer is just like, "Oh man, you got me." Funny one. You just keep walking. Like, I don't know. Those guys had something to prove. They're scared. Hayaka dude asks, "Are you gonna have chiptune rap songs playing in the animation?" I would love that, but I don't have access to chiptune instrumentals of all the songs that I want. All I have is real instrumentals, so that's all I'm gonna use. I don't know if I could find a bunch of chiptune music, I would use it. Yeah, Troy, I still don't see it, man. Yeah, cool. Send me a link to Milo. Damn, I wish I'd known about Super Potato. I would have gone there. Yeah, Paranoid Mage. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, do what you want. Get out of your parents' house. Fuck them. I mean, that's not really. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the other thing is like I'm Haitian American. Like my family's Haitian. Like they're so it's also a little bit different when you come from an immigrant culture because you're not completely integrated. Uh, it's like you have this other shit going on. Jeff Rubin. Who is Jeff Rubin? Let me Google him right now. Jeff Rubin, jeffrubin.com. Hmm. Interesting. Jeff Rubin. The first thing I do whenever I look at anyone's site is I try and find out how easy it is to contact them. And if it's really difficult, just give up. By the way, y'all, if you want to subscribe to the DSC Facebook, do that shit. Subscribe to me in Twitter or something. Veteran Edison's, please send me can you send me a message on YouTube of some chiptune hip hop stuff? Hopefully there's some covers because that would help a lot. Ben says Japanese people get really caught up in group dynamics and their image within the group, whether family, friends, or work. You don't want to bring shame to those groups. Fetching Edison says, I had to move out of the house at age 17 and live in my own apartment because they are moving out of the country and I have no other close family. Is your family still out of the country? It's rough, man. Paranoid Mage says, fair enough. My mom was a child of immigrants and she stayed with her parents for a good part of her 20s. Yeah, I think the age is a little higher for immigrants maybe, or staying in their parents' home. I don't know. It depends. It's like immigrant is like, it's a pretty wide blanket term. I guess everyone in this country comes from an immigrant family, but like the vast majority of us do. But it's like what generation? That's the question. Because I guess like if you like a typical American, I guess they're probably like third or fourth generation immigrant or something, or like they probably like their grandparents speak English and shit. Wait, Fetching or Edison, do you have to move out at the age of 17? So you're not 17 yet? You guys are young. But Eman Collins, that's a weird question. Has a girl ever told you that she had a dream about you? Yeah, and it was really fucking boring. It was so boring that I forgot what she told me. It was something weird, like, oh, we were at a grocery store and you wanted to get the ice cream, but I didn't. And I stopped listening at that point. What about you? Did a girl recently tell you that she dreamt of you? What a lucky feller. I should stop putting these colors on different layers. Pain in the ass. Pain in the ass, I say. Daniel Creator asks, how long does it usually take you to make an animation? The Anthony Fantano one it was really really fast in comparison to this. That one took me maybe, I don't know, maybe a good 2 weeks of work, 2 3. Most of it was lip syncing, and people were still very stationary. This project is taking me so long because it's like there's so many scenes in it, and this shit is only gonna be like 3-4 minutes in total. I wanted to make a very I wanted to make it as short as possible, and it's kind of a problem because I keep on. What happens is I keep on getting ideas of stuff I can add, and then I'm like, oh god, I really want that in there. I want that in, but every time I say that I want something in there, that's gonna cost me like 5-6 more hours of work. So I need to pull myself back in, and one of my recent ideas that I'm like obsessed with putting in this game is of animation is like, so Kendrick's gonna be basically, the whole video is gonna be Kendrick going around. This is Kendrick. He's gonna go like talk to each character. They're gonna tell him something funny or whatever, something about the story. And then I was thinking about having some sort of boss appear in the window, start knocking on the window, and then initiate a boss sequence, like a quick fight. But animating that fight would take me probably 2 weeks. The flip side of it though is like I can't cut corners with this one. I know that this is going to require as much work for me as possible, for me to, and I know that once it's done, once it's done, I'll be happy that I did my best on it or whatever. Yeah. Peace Guy says that's something that interests me. How many more generations until we all have so many different origins that we consider ourselves American? Yeah, it's kind of weird shit, man. Yeah, any New World country goes through that. It says Paranoid Mage. Peace Guy says my great-grandparents, both sides, were immigrants, so I have 7 or 8 different nationalities. What the hell? Pitching Right Edison says I'm really white-skinned, so people are surprised to hear that I have black in me. Just tell me you're black, right up front. Israel Lopez says, have you ever met D-Respect's girl? Based on the podcast, she sounds like a really decent person. Yeah, she sounds really cute. Don't tell him I said that. Everyone starts tweeting. Dom said your girl sounds cute. Dom said. Because that nigga D is a straight up fool. And he stank. And he ugly. You can tell D-Respect that I said he looks like can't even fucking do it. He looks like Yoda. I don't even know what that means. Whatever. He's pretty tall. He's like 2 inches taller than me. E-Man Collins says, mine was more intense. She told me that she cheated. What? She cheated on her dude with me. This is a dream a girl had about E-Man Collins. Wow, the comments are flooding in. Jesus Christ, you guys. Whoa. She cheated on her dude with me. Whoa. Then you got really pissed. Very mind-fucking. You gotta get with this girl. Pin her against the wall and yell at her. That's my advice, okay? Good luck. Will Johnson says, I hate when people tell me about what they dreamed about. I'm always like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, your dreams sound interesting to you, never to the other person. Ben says, on the whole immigrant thing, it reminds me of how some people argue that in New York, you're a New Yorker first. Ethnic cultural background is secondary. Yeah. Hayaka Dude says it looks like a concept for Telltale Games. You mean like Wolf at the Door? Yeah, nice, man. Wolf Amongst Us. I'll take that compliment, sir. Thank you. Ben says, yeah, man, that probably means she wants you. Why else would she even tell you that? Yeah. Don't even pay attention to the dream. Just fucking get with this girl. Oh, wait, she has a boyfriend, right? Pin her against the wall. Yell at her. Punch her in the gut. Just be like, approach her and be like, look, don't tell me all this shit about your dreams, okay? And then walk away. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, I guess it's a middle-aged Kendrick. Fantastic. You give someone a beard and all of a sudden it's the future, right? I'll show you the other characters, I guess. I don't even care no more. Will Johnson asks, what other countries do you want to visit? My French is pretty... No, it's not pretty good. It's better than my Japanese though, and just considering how all right I did conversing with people over there, I want to go to France maybe. Maybe back to Belgium. I really like Belgium. South Africa. Maybe Kenya. I don't know anybody over there. Oh, South America. Brazil, definitely. Evan Collins says, I don't know, man. I doubt it. Plus, I'm shit with girls. I don't know. Just stop it. Stop it already. Just talk to her. Damn it. Ian's Unknown Art asked a really good question. He says, do you ever fear that putting so much time into animating something, it might suck? You know, the thing is, I'm never concerned about things sucking, cause like I know that there's an inherent risk in doing things that are kind of new or a little different. Yeah, I've never been scared of stuff sucking. I've been a little scared of like people not noticing things. Like I want people to like at least pay attention to it, even if they say it's shitty. You know what I mean? Like for it to get exposed is the thing I'm most concerned with. And I think just as a rule of thumb, it seems like the more I work on something, the more people pay attention in general. Um, that's not always the case, but I think here I put so much work into this thing. And I mean, like you guys seem interested in it. So at the very least, you all, the 17 of you in here will pay attention. Hopefully you'll share it with friends or something if you like it. Um, yeah, that's sort of the best thing I can hope for is for, like I said, for people to pay attention. Like no one knows how these things go viral these days. You make something the best you can and put it out there, which is my main goal. Zach Names Policy asked, that's a weird screen name. What's the time of the runtime of the animation? I would say in total probably 4 minutes. After this though, what I want to do is actually what I want to do is take a piss. I'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah. What I was saying was that in terms of time, an unfortunate thing I have to struggle with, any content creator has to struggle with now, and I talk about this a lot, is that viewer attention spans are very small now. And it's a good and a bad thing, because it's sort of like you're fighting for attention, so you can cram as much as you can into something like Vine. You cram everything you have, as much power as possible, into 7 seconds, and then you throw it out there. So the cool thing is, like, you can get really creative with that limited amount of time, but you also I forgot the second thing I was gonna say, but yeah, you can also end up spending less time creating the thing. So I've been thinking about doing I get really weird ideas for animations, and it's like, it's either, you guys are either gonna really like it or think that it's insane, but it's really important to take risks creatively. So I'm definitely gonna try and make some of these after this hip hop animation. I have ideas for animations that'll only take me, like, that'll have a runtime of maybe 11 seconds, like snippets of strange scenarios, strange fictional scenarios, or stuff that could happen or couldn't happen. I think yeah, I really want to try and see what I can do with, like, I don't know, 15, 30 seconds of animation. Ben, thanks for the good words, man. Daniel Creator asks, why did Macklemore have a scar? I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, in the future, bad things happen. That's, I mean, I don't know why. Tyler has, like, goblin eyes and elf ears. He got his scar doing something. I don't know. Some shit. Gambino, you can make up the story. I have no idea why he turned. He just seemed like the kind of guy who would turn into a cyborg. He'd like tap into the internet or some shit. Drake, I'm gonna leave that. It's actually one of the jokes I'm most proud of in this animation involves Drake, and I'm not even gonna. I won't say anything about it. Drake doesn't look like me. What are you talking about? Do you think I'm D-Respect or something? Drake looks like Dob with a smaller forehead. No, he doesn't. Fuck y'all. You don't even know what I look like. Come on. If you think he looks like me, you're wrong. Maybe if I was really light-skinned. I don't see it, you know. I don't see it. Oh, you meant D, yeah. Cuddlebear34, what's going on? Welcome back. People really need to pay attention. Garrett DA asks, on a scale of 0 to 10, how black are you? I hate that question already. 10. I don't know. It's like, what do you mean by that? Ben, what do you mean by who's taking over? Taking over what? Taking over what? Fetching our Edisons, yeah. I could use a few like indie chiptune stuff, maybe for a menu screen. I was actually thinking about using E-Man Collins, like an E-Man Collins track for a menu screen. Israel Lopez says, by the way, I wanted to say that I really dug your interview with Baron Vaughn. I've been a fan of his for a while now. It was cool to see him when he's not performing. I really appreciated it. Motherfucker. Thanks, man. It was good to talk to him. Paranoid Mage says Vine is like cramming your dick into Ty Hooker's pussy. Cuddle Bear, don't apologize for not keeping up. It's fine. I'm always here every week. I do like two, 3 videos a week. Eman Collins asks, who is excited for the new season of Boondocks, despite the fact that Aaron Magruder was completely uninvolved with it? Whoa. I've never been a Boondocks fan. I don't know, man. Will Johnson says, I'm legit going to write the story for why Macklemore has a scar. Sure, man. What was I going to tell you? Oh, yeah. The basic premise of this the animation or the game is that Illuminati robots are taking over. And this, what you're seeing right here, is like a few years after, or like like the freedom fighters, who are the hip hop guys. A few years after they've been fighting these robots. So there you go. Yeah, if you guys ever have tips on like people you want to see me talk to, let me know. We're almost at the finish time. Sci-Hi the Prince sounds so familiar. Where have I heard him from? Was he ever in a Kanye album? Was he on the song So Appalled? I'm so appalled, spalled and bald. Oh yeah, sure. I'll send a message to Mitchell Davis, which will probably get lost in his inbox. Uh, I could use some microwave popcorn right now. Oh, Sci-Hi is signed by my favorite artist ever. Yeah. Yeah. I knew he sounded familiar. Alright. About to close out. About to end this transmission, yo. Thanks a lot for watching, as usual. It feels good to be back in the US, although I'm really going to miss Japan and the hospitality and all that stuff. I am really ready to get back into this animation stuff, create some stuff for you guys to look at. Thanks for your support, as usual. I will see you next week, same time. Take it easy.